Hi, Leo. This is your February tarot reading for all Leo signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I like to throw out there, in case you're new to the channel, I don't see Venus as love. I see Venus as sensitivity, and whether that's positive or negative. So if you're like a Leo Venus listening to this not astrology, but this tarot reading, or when I do astrology readings, we're talking about your sensitivity instead of like love. It would be whether it's working, how it is you're interpreting the energy from a sensitive point of view, positive or negative. Same with the moon, like a moon, Leo. This would be getting into your depths, your subconscious energies a little bit more and speaking to you from that point of view. I just like to make sure I'm throwing it out there that you're listening correctly so that you have a broader version of what these readings really are telling you. Now, you're going through a period of shape shifting, is what I'm getting from Spirit. Shape shifting your value system. Shape-shifting your roots, your personal interests, getting past some of your own self-deceptions or hidden selves, overcoming inner emotional security in the outer community. But that has everything to do with your routines and your communication. Communication with yourself as well as communication outwardly. Remember, in February, Mercury goes retrograde on the 16th. For you, that's your 8th house. So that's the rules, the walls, the responsibilities of your relationships. And any and everything you care about, you have a relationship with. Not just your friends and family. Not just your friends or family. It's your friends, your parents, your children, your working environment. Anything you care about, you have a relationship with. And you're reevaluating, is there joint efforts, joint resources, joint transformation of the rules, walls, and boundaries set up properly. But this is coming when we're in Mercury retrograde. We can't help but to get a little bit self-centered, a little bit narcissistic. And that's because I'm getting a dark energy, which is coming at me kind of like a shadow guide, which is speaking to us about, overcoming some of our inner darkness. And that's going to be with the Mercury retrograde. We all get a little narcissistic, a little self-centered. We don't mean to, but I mean, our communication system is in overdrive, only communicating with us. And then it's in the rules, walls, and boundaries department of our relationships. And are these relationships fair? Are they just? Pay attention to intellect, the details, the little bits of information in these relationships, because you might be completely over analyzing something. You may completely be missing something if you're not paying attention. That could really mean everything, because there's definitely something going on that either you need to make sure you're hearing or acknowledging or speaking out to the community, to your groups, your friends, which ultimately is another form of a relationship. And are you cooperating, or are they cooperating? Is there a duality here? But like I said, you're going to be noticing a lot of it's going to have to do with the delivery system on how it's taken or received from you. And in general, when I look at the astrology, there is a ton going on in your 6th house, which happens to speak to us about how we shapeshift ourselves within our daily routines. and are our daily routines healthy for us? And that means not just, the get up, take a shower, go to work, but it does mean those things. But it means there's people, places, and things and energy that you consume every single day. And are these people, places, and things of energies of these routines good and healthy for us? So you're going to be reevaluating the rules, the walls, the boundaries within those routines and their relationships with you as well. Coming into a new self-realization of where you want to take this year and the rest of your life. Planning new routes, starting with those routines. But yeah, there's going to be some hidden some subconscious energies that are coming up, and that's going to be through the Mercury retrograde, because my wolf is scratching at my back right now, and that's like release of stuff that you need to let go of, carrying stuff that's not good for you, emotional debts, grief, sorrow, shame, blame, judgment. Which are keeping you from getting completely right with your inner emotional security. I am getting not just resetting roots, but also from the root chakra up. Finding a new foundation to stand on and build yourself upon from within your own self as well as outwardly. But it feels like I don't really feel like it's bad energy, just that there is, some new foundation, new ground being broken for the foundation to be set or poured from new wisdom you're going to be learning over the month. And that what that will do with your communication system, because you also have in your third house, you have I believe Ura there, and that's talking about commitment. So being very committed to the proper communication to yourself as well as outwardly. About understanding what your personal interests are. Are they good for you? Are they not? Do they need shift and change? As well as the people, places, and things of those relationships and routines. Okay, because I don't know which one you're talking to me about. So I'll turn back in a minute. We'll start off with this deck. Let's see what my Shaman Healing deck has to say. What is the platform for Leo? I'm just being told getting past self-deception and coming into self-realization off the bat. And taking responsibility for it. Which is ultimately a rebirthing, a reincarnation of you. Alright, what is up with the platform for Leo for the month of February? What is up with Leo for the month of February? Some self-love. Giving your heart wings to fly. Getting past those emotional depths, your sun and your moon facing off, illuminating your subconscious, illuminating your truth, illuminating your depth. And this is retreat. So this is taking some time for yourself, period. Like I said, something was going on with the routines. Take some time for yourself. And this is a bird, it looks like it's trying to sail up water. It's called struggle. Some of that sun and moon energy you're facing off from your emotional depths, from your illuminating core, some of your shine versus your subconscious, loving yourself, traveling uphill. So you are moving forward. You're just not moving forward super duper fast. This is, take some time, give yourself some self-love, because it is an upward battle. You are trying to struggle through understanding some of this healing energy that's happening to you and exactly what to do that's going to make it work in your benefit. Yeah, I wasn't sure which deck was talking. Let's see, my black and white deck. What does it have to say? And I just heard Taurus, so you could have a Taurus of significance that you may be dealing with that is either helping you with this or maybe even, giving you a problem with it, working against you. Because all I heard was Taurus. But also in astrology right now, you have Uranus, which is in Taurus, and we have never seen this before. So this is our self-worth, our self-value, our self-esteem, our independence, our individuality, our uniqueness, our freedom, our individuality. Finding a new platform, period. So it could be that. I mean, I'm just giving you what I'm being given. Yeah, you're getting the Hanged Man. It's a Virgo of significance, possibly, too. But like I said, this is some time for self-love and some time for retreat. You're learning something. You are definitely learning something about how to love yourself and treat yourself right, about some, things that you're overcoming about yourself. And you're having a little bit of a struggle doing it, but it's, you are retreating, you're learning yourself, you're giving yourself some self-love, and you could get off of this tree at any given time. So this is just an enlightening process, an enlightening moment for you, which is actually a good thing. This is just saying you're taking some time to love you and learn about you and figure out what truly is best for you and where you want to take your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, yourself. So this is a good thing. You're connecting with your inner fool, your inner child, your primal nature. I've been connecting really, because I'm a Leo too. I've seriously been connecting with my inner shaman lately. So in one sense, this is... I left it out because I didn't think that... before I came in here, I got the alpha symbol, like alpha and beta, alpha, omega. And I thought that Spirit was talking to me about the year. And it's a number 4 year by the time you do all the math. But then it's also a leap year. And so I was like, does that mean we're technically, what? We should add 1 to the 4? I was like, and make it a 5, which means, all of the changes coming in and rapid changes, and be prepared to make the changes. And what I was hearing was, because I was like, also, what's leap year mean? But we're supposed to leap forward. You think of spring, forward, fall, back. I was like, so what's leap year stand for? Leap forward. And what I heard was a leap of faith. You're given the Fool after the Hangman. So all of that conversation was actually for you. It wasn't my conversation with them about the year. I just misunderstood. So this is your learning more about yourself so you can take that step and become a bigger, brighter, illuminated, authentic, truth, standing, powerful you. You're learning how to embrace you on all levels and take the faith of that full card of stepping into the you, the eternal truth of you. But you're not going to get there until you learn the lessons that you are going through, which is about self-love. The self-love is part of the acceptance that you're going to get with the retreat to give yourself that self-love, going up this uphill battle, allowing yourself to have that sacrifice of that communication with yourself while you're on this tree so that you're come back twice as powered and move forward. So this actually is very beautiful energy. It just may be slower than you want. And I mean, let's face it, 90% of the time, that's all of us. We want what we want. We want it right now. And that's just not necessarily the way that it happens. But that's what I'm getting. This is definitely beautiful energy. You're getting the Ace of Cups. So you're getting the Holy Grail. You're getting to come back to you. You're getting, the blessing of illumination, the blessing of love, the blessing of self-love, the blessing of the oneness. You're returning to you. The higher waters are being poured into you. The higher waters are being poured into you, honey, so that you're getting the information to thirst for you and who and what you are and bring that to the surface and give it to this world to see. So, I think that sounds pretty damn good. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Ace of Wands, before I even got to get that far, Ace of Wands is coming out. This is bringing you back to your, actual power force of energy. This is, you. It's a fire sign. It's the triumphant success, the transformation. It's, to me, when I see this specific card, this looks like you're about to enter a brand new island and discovery. But the discovery in the island is part of yourself and where you want it to go. So, like I said, this is definitely a good time. Take some time for you. Take some time for you. Don't let everybody else's agendas and routines keep you from being able to get your you time, because your you time is very important and pivotal to where you're going to take the rest of this year and project the rest of your life. This is some deep power time for getting really, you're repowering up. Don't screw that up. Give yourself that power. Give yourself that love, because it's going to pay off threefold. It's a leap of faith year. Excuse me. You're removing your negativities. You're removing your negativities. You're coming clean with yourself. You're back building, regenerating. What's going on in up close and personal relationships? First thing out is the Six of Cups. This is solar benevolence. This is charity. You're giving. You have empathy. You're generous. You're kind. This is the Sun in Scorpio, wanting to rebirth, wanting to communicate, wanting to do good things. Then you have the Two of Pentacles. You're seeing the truth of what is around you, both the positive and the negative. You're seeing a balance. You're allowing the balance of that truth to actually help open your eyes to the way you're communicating. In these relationships, there's a maturity that's coming through here. This is definitely a good thing. You've got the star. Now, this could be you speaking about you, or it could be an Aquarius coming into your life. The star is the light keeper. It leads us through our chaos. But also, in Hebrew, the star stands for the hook, like hook, line, sinker. You don't go out fishing. I use this every time. You don't go out fishing and cast your pole out there hoping for the smallest fish in the sea or the smallest fish in the river. No, you want a big fish to feed people for dinner. I mean, let's face it. If you're going fishing, the star is like going fishing. Well, you're not fishing for the lowest values. You're not fishing for the small pieces of goodness. You're fishing for your life. You're fishing for your daily routines. You're fishing for the relationships that are going to be part of your life. You're fishing for where you want to take your life. This is telling you, don't. That's the star card here, saying you have the opportunity to make sure that you're getting past some of your past self-deceptions. You're seeing the truth for what it really is. You're accepting the truth for what it really is. You're coming into the situation with an open, loving heart, but you're also seeing. You've been given the light now to really choose what you want to choose. And are you choosing wisely? Because you've been given that guidance now. Up close and personal. Up close and personal for Leo. Up close and personal. Which is just telling you which ones are good for you, which ones are not. What is the best direction? Don't hook, line, and sink that's not good for you. You know exactly which direction to go. Because this is past, present, and future. So this is asking you, are you creating that same cycle? You have the star card. You can hook, line, and sink anything you want at this time. You're also being given a truth ray of illumination here and giving the opportunity. Just don't allow yourself to be so loving that you've actually gone backwards with self-deception. Past, present, future. You know these people. You know if they're people that you want to keep in your life. You know exactly what you're hooking. Hook wisely. You're also getting an emotional release. So this is definitely a time where if it's not good for you to release it, let it go. Speak your truth, tell your truth, send it away with love, and be done. Because this is also a lotus flower. So this is about, part of finding yourself, loving yourself within these relationships, seeing the truth, seeing the light. Are you collecting the star, the hook, line, and sink that you want? You know the truth about the people or the ones that you're bringing into your life. You can tell. There's an emotional release here. You should be able to be upfront and honest. And if you can't be upfront and honest, then they're already telling you they're not people that should be there. There's definitely changes going on. So there's some people that, for some of us, that we need to get out of our life so that we can properly set up these routines, these rules, these walls, these boundaries, so they're more healthy for us in the directions of where we're trying to discover and explore our new reality. Shape-shift our life in the direction of our goals, dreams, ambitions. And if people aren't supportive of it, then you already know. What I heard is for some of you, you already know when you're on a suicide mission, so stop it. Remember your self-esteem. So that's specifically for someone. Don't be carrying the burdens with you as you go down the new road. For me, he's safe when he's still on this leaf. But once he steps off that leaf, all of that pink energy is oversensitivity. It's kind of like floating down a water of sensitivity. Do you really want to jump in those waters? Is what I'm getting here. Don't bring to you things you don't want. Like I said, you right off the bat, you were getting the duality. Duality. Right off the bat, you were getting the light and dark forces of people, and you're seeing the truths. For some of you, there is some cord cutting that needs to be taken. For some of you, this is about standing in your power and giving yourself the proper self-love. There's changes, there's emotional truths that need to be released. It's asking you about your, what's holding you down with the burdens, past, present, future. Where are you steering your life? You have the star. You will get whatever you steer it into. So steer your life properly. Remember, every self-realization is what I'm getting, but what I'm getting is you create your own reality. You know when it's time to shift it. Shift it into joy. Focus on what brings you joy, not what brings you the burdens. And if it's not bringing you joy, then why are you continuing it? I feel like it's very powerful, potent energy. But like I said, you're also the hangman, learning to really gather this guidance so that you are really powerful and strong in your power, really getting back to your inner you. And I get, it's an old song, it was showing my age, MC Hammer. I'm getting back to, you can't touch this. More or less. So this is getting your Leo back. Getting your Leo back. That one I pulled on accident. All right, let's see. I'm going to switch because I think that was for the next group, but just in case, if it is, it'll come back up. So what's going on with goals, dreams, ambitions? Goals, dreams, ambitions, finances even for Leo for the month of February. Goals, dreams, finances, ambitions. Some of the, I'm being told, and this might be from the other half, some of you, there's government situations that are going to be coming up, you know, like, out of the blue. You know, or your unconscious mind is bringing it back. It's your subconscious, things you might be afraid of, past judgments, but it might be actual government situations, court. And what I'm getting is don't let that put you back in a self-deception. Don't make that take you backwards. Remember, you have Mercury retrograde. You have the King of Cups. He's noble. He's royal and he's noble. He knows how to speak his mind. But he also is not going... He's a strong, intelligent advisor, but he's not going to sit in his shit either. I'm going to say what I have to say, and next. He's not exactly the most lovingest, you know, but that's because he's not a pushover. Don't be a pushover. Princess of Pentacles. She pursues what she wants. He speaks his mind. He's very insightful. He's connected with his intuition. Speaks his mind, is ready to take the journey, will say what he needs to say. She is she's like a goddess of the hunt. She enjoys the chaos, though. She enjoys stirring it up. She pursues what she wants. Yeah, and these two are running directly at each other. And we are talking about, you pretty much have water, fire, and earth signs all over the board here. These are very much running at each other. So, I mean, let's see. Give me a clarification on what these two are running at each other about. Nope. Yeah. Got the Queen of Cups coming out. The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. She's coming out as a clarification. So this is wanting to speak your mind, wanting to trust your intuition, but definitely pursuing the path you want. But you may want to watch your emotions. Your emotions may be driving you in another way. Because she could be she's very creative, she's very seductive, she's very in connection with her emotional psychic energies, but she also is intuitive but can just as easily be destructive. With her, I get the Lord Shiva, which is destruction for creation. So you may be having a destruction for creation, speaking your mind, but having to chase after what it is you want. Spirit is also saying, for some of you, this is the reputation. Either you need to step up and into the reputation and create it,